Hey folks, that old panda here. I just wanted to take a minute just to talk about content creation in general. Is just kind of the weirdest thing. And it's very silly because there's just a lot of things being emphasized, encouraged, and focused on that just doesn't make any sense to me. Why focus on the horrible, terrible, negative things of the world, and why not focus on the positive things? I just don't get why the viral moments work. Like, everybody loves a train wreck to watch, but some of the most ridiculous statements, some of the most ridiculous clips that are being made from live streamers and all that stuff is just so stupid. And I need a break. I don't know about y'all, but I hate going on social media and seeing nothing but that being served up on a platter for folks just to kind of watch. So I wanted to mention all of this because, one, I wanted to air my grievances, and two, going forward, we're going to continue to focus on the content that I think is interesting, fun, and enjoyable, and even positive. Bringing some of these old big box stuff that I kind of emphasize and talk about that I have back here, all the Resident Evil content that I really love, as you can see with that whole collection here, and things of that nature. So I just want to say, for those that enjoy watching this, thank you. And you are the reasons why I continue to do so. But with that being said, I will also make sure to focus on these things as a wonderful piece of content that I enjoy capitalizing on and capturing and discussing. And so with that, we're going to go into an will it install, because it's just been a while and I want to do it. And so we're going to do it. So the nice thing is, Necronomicon, the gateway to Beyond, was a wonderful game I played on GOG that was actually not even that expensive. I found the big box version itself. I just want to unbox this puppy, see if we can throw this on a modern PC, see if we can play it, and then we could talk facts about it, as this is just an older game that I've enjoyed that kind of emphasizes a bit on horror in the sense of HP Lovecraft and the afterworld and some of the early 90s 3D nostalgia that I just enjoy. Made by Dreamcatcher, which I don't believe is around much anymore. This was a title that was released in these big boxes, as you can see here. So let's take a look. Let's unbox it and see how well it works. All right, this is Necronomicon, the gateway to Beyond, in a nice big box that we've got here, the world that exists beyond the gateways of time. What secrets lie beneath dilapidated farmhouse? This is the big focus of the farmhouse that is in the game itself. You do actually spend some time there, but it's kind of where the actual journey of it kind of takes a huge motivation and velocity to completion. John William Stanton is the person you play. He's on that mysterious journey to save the life of his friend, which ends up being saving the life of the world as you go through a lot of these different places that we have. I'll include some gameplay. It is a kind of a point-and-click adventure game that was done back in the day. Right now, you can actually play this for next to pennies, depending on if it's on sale or not, on good old games in these old big boxes, because obviously this was for and meant for Windows 95, 98, and ME. Obviously, these big boxes just had a big piece of cardboard underneath with the registrations to win free stuff. People kind of do this on social media nowadays for dream capture games, but you would mail this stuff in, and sometimes you would just get free stuff from them, and sometimes not. Sometimes it usually was just about kind of that sort of deal. Only $9.99 for if you wanted 24-hour secure online store, and basically if you wanted a assistance or help or anything of that nature, like a strategy guide or just somebody on the phone to tell you what to do. you could actually help you through it, because these weren't the most ambiguous or the most intuitive type of walkthroughs with that. So that's why they would include these things, so that you can get in touch with them. It was a little pricey. I know I never did as a kid growing up ever call the hotlines, because it was just too dang expensive. But yeah, you open this thing up. That's what it is. It has a little tray, usually with your disc in it. And then there you are. And this is a freshly made disc. It was a 2-disc set with the Dreamcatcher games itself and of that nature. So let's pop this into the CD/DVD player for the modern PC, and we'll take a look and see if this works. If not, don't worry. I'll show some gameplay from GOG, but we'll at least get to see if this indeed works. There is some games that do actually work pretty easily, and some that don't. We'll see if this is one of them. All right, the first disc has been popped into the system. Let's take a look and see how well it actually works. So far, it is reading and registering. It has a number of details here. Let me just pop this up. It has a first.exe and an install. I think a lot of times we're usually going to go with the install itself. Shocking enough, it seems to actually be working. But let's not speak to it too quickly. We're not going to install DirectX 7. Very surprising. All it takes is an install and a start. It's very surprising how well this is actually working. The intuitiveness actually works fairly well, and it's going without a hitch, and this is straight from the CD itself. But yes, it's a point-and-click adventure game. As you can see, you can open up things, you can grab things, and you can move around. This one's a little different as it has a 3D element to it. And is not just clicking on a screen to go somewhere. Well, it is, but you actually point and click it.
William, what's going on? Listen, to look at me, you'd think I'm not right in the head. But the reasons for my condition are far more awful than mere madness. William, what I've discovered goes beyond understanding. You just have to believe me. We're all in the gravest danger. That's why I keep on looking. But the more I learn, the more this thing devours me. I've been sentenced to death, William. For our friendship's sake, I ask you to look after this. Don't speak of it to anyone. Don't give it to anyone. Not even to me. Especially if I ask for it.
So yeah, as you can see, that is the way that 3D graphics would go and the dialogue with it. If you do go here, I believe you can. Oh yeah, there's another person at the door. Usually they knock about twice.
Mr. William Stanton, I presume. Allow me to introduce myself. Dr. Robert Eagleton, physician and friend of Sir Christopher Wycherley. I would like to talk to you about his son, Edgar Wycherley, who, if I'm not mistaken, is a friend of yours. I know Edgar too well not to notice the signs of insane delirium. It's a unique case. The terror he's experiencing cannot be easily dismissed. Are you aware of the rumors circulating about Dr. Owens in Portuxet Village? I fear greatly for your friend, but so do his parents, and some of my psychiatric colleagues are talking of internment. You see, I would greatly value your considered opinion. Please, would you pay him a visit? Yes, of course I will. Thank you, William. Here's my telephone number. Contact me as soon as you run into him again. Goodbye, young fellow. Thank you again for your help.
So if you select one, you can actually go to your inventory system. You'll be able to actually see kind of the items you're looking at. That includes the item that you were given with the triangle from your crazy friend, as well as the physician that is looking after him with a nice little soundtrack. This is also all of the files and things that you pick up as you're going through. And then, of course, all the different places you can actually go to in a HP Lovecraft type of age. So that is it. It's a load and save type of game. As you can see, it's got the triangle here and the undead person you eventually meet in the future of the game itself. This is actually one of my favorite titles. So if you do catch yourself looking for an HP Lovecraft adventure, this will do it for you with the killer music. You can actually get this on GOG itself. It is one of the games you can actually play and install. And again, it is called Necronomicon, the Dawning of Darkness. And that way, in that particular way, it is also known as the Gateway to Beyond. So it was under a few different names depending on the region that you've played. But the actual place you can identify and play this, you can get it from the GOG store. Or if you really want to, you can, obviously, as we've noticed here, you can actually find the big box itself, and it will actually play the game. So, well, that does it for Necronomicon, the Gateway to Beyond. I never thought this would just be as simple it is to install and actually play on your modern system, but here it is. So that just goes to show what's the wide variety of some of these software, companies were going with some of the titles they were making, that it was able to be installed and played throughout the years without having to make any changes or drastic changes to your hardware. And if it went super fast, it would just be adaptable and it would work with it, which is what this does. And sometimes I miss these days. Single-player games are great and enjoyable, and it's something that also does well when you get to sit down, focus, and not have to multitask, focus on other things in the world, especially with other things wanting your attention. But beautiful puppy. It just goes to show that how painful and crazy everything is to starve for your attention. So just take a weekend, enjoy yourself. Just like this one, and play a old-fashioned adventure game that could take your imagination far beyond. In this case, far beyond through the gateway of HP Lovecraft and the Necronomicon. I'm that old panda. Thank you for coming by. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.